Welcome, everybody, to another Mindful Monday where we provide resources, education, connection, and collaboration to support you on your wellness journey. And I would like to start by thanking our sponsors, Coach Eve, White Sands Premier Travel, Vibe, and Bammetrics for making this episode possible. Now, many of us at one point or another have suffered from mental or emotional barriers that have prevented us from reaching our full potential, which is why I am super excited to have with us the beautiful Coach Eve with us today. She not only specializes in helping entrepreneurs and thought leaders to break free from mental and emotional blocks and embrace change, but she is also the dynamic host of Open Minds to Open Hands podcast. So let's start breaking barriers together with Coach Eve. Coach Eve, thank you so much for joining us.
Hello. Thank you so much for the invitation. I am honored to be on your platform. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. No, I always look forward to having you because you're always so full of energy and smiling. And I'm sure since you are specialized in people that have mental and emotional breaks, I'm assuming it was not always that way.
Yeah,
So, can you tell us what inspired your journey?
sure. Thank you so much, Laura. What a great question. Before I answer that, I have to say I love the intro. Your intro, it is just amazing. And it really got me because this is the conversation where we are going. You had the slogan said, you don't have to do it alone. And I really like that. I really always look some similarity and some slogans which I am working with as well. So here we go. That is one of them.
Thank
Uh,
you.
yeah. What can I? Where would I start? So when I started my company, I saw many brilliant souls, entrepreneurs, leaders, mentors burning out, and they are in silence. So they had the strategies, but they don't have that inner clarity. And my inspiration, it is a bridge to fill that gap and help them to unlearn the fears and really come back to the real self. This is what I do.
Nice. So, is it something you just recognized in others, or was it something you found that you struggled with yourself?
Yes, that is a we can put it that way. I was struggling as well, and I found a way out. I find how to overcome that, and because you have the tool and you have the strategies how to implement it, and I said, wow, this is a great way to help others as well.
Nice. So you created Open Minds to Open Hands. What were some of the biggest challenges you faced along the way?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. The biggest challenges, first of all, as an entrepreneur, we all facing challenges, small or big or huge,
Mhm.
and I have to say you cannot skip it. You have to go through it, and you have to find out on your own, and you have to live it. And while you're going through this journey, and while you are facing these challenges, these mountains, what you have to climb, on the way, you will figure it out, and you will have the perfect solution for all of those hiccups what you're facing. Recently, I had an event, and I create an in-person event, and all of the stuff what you are facing during the organization, it is no other way to find out unless you are actually in it, you live it. It is a simple situation what I can give you as an example. um, I did a Facebook campaign, and on the Facebook campaign, my landing page wasn't connected with the pixel. Be careful. You have to write this down because this would save you maybe $1,000 or so, or maybe even more. I run the campaign and I didn't I didn't connect it, and therefore all of the 25,000 traffic which actually came, it is in the open air because
Oh no.
I have to somehow gather that information, and with the web developer, it's like ongoing back and forth a situation where you have to really talk about that unwanting conversation. So that's that's a good tip of what I can give you, and write this down, because when you do a campaign, you do have to connect that, so you will have all the traffic in your hands, and you can do email campaigns or whatever, with all of those clicks and traffic what comes to your landing page.
Yeah, yeah, I would imagine that's a lot of work, and then to not have because it wasn't connected right.
Yes.
Wow. So what about a pivotal moment in your life? I mean, that propelled you towards personal development and empowerment?
Yes. This is a true story. This is my true story. I never forget the moment, and the beginning where I started. You always have to know where you're coming from, and you always have to you always have to, how would I put it, never forget the person you are, and where you started. I came, and I started my journey, and I was living in a very tiny apartment, and I start juggling my job, being a mom, and being an entrepreneur, and the struggle was real, the struggle was heavy, and when you have that feeling of, oh my god, I want to overcome this, and I want to make it, and I want to be successful, and that feeling, and that thing what's burning inside you, it will able to push you to accelerate to the person, and to the moment, and to the success what you have in the future today.
Yeah, as there's so many people that see you, in your business, or they see you showing up and stuff all the time, and I don't know, for some reason, some people think, oh, well, they've got it all together, or they've got it
Yeah,
easy, but they're not seeing all
the
of the
struggle.
barriers, the struggles, and stuff that we all go through. They don't realize, it's what I tell people. Remember, we all had to start somewhere. It's not like we just naturally did this and put it all together.
Yeah,
So,
it was scary. It was scary, dramatic. I was a single mom. I didn't have my husband back then, and it was a struggle. And yeah, success is not something what you will get overnight, and success is not something what you have to be, always on point, and always, 100% correct. Success is sometimes to know what to do when everything is collapsing, and you just, you have that improvisation. I would
yeah.
say, yeah, you have to have it in your guts to know how to improvise to overcome any obstacles.
You do that. That takes time, especially if you're a very heady person and you overthink things, because it's like you're always trying to come up with the perfect answer, and you can wind up just stalling yourself out. But so we're talking about breaking through mental and emotional barriers. How do you define the concept of that, and why is it
Mm,
crucial for entrepreneurs?
yes, breaking through man. That's a good question. Again, thank you so much. You are bombarding me with this great question.
Sorry.
So, breaking through mental and emotional barriers is about remembering. It is not about learning, it's about remembering. Uh, you are already know what you have and how to break free. All you got to do is just, have those barriers, and the stories, what comes with it, to kind of like dissolve, and allowing your emotions, your fears to kind of just, like an onion layer, peel it off, and you will know what to do. You will know how to overcome that.
So, when you were struggling and you're and I think you're still balancing it, right? Mom, entrepreneur, all that stuff. Can you give us some examples of maybe some mental or emotional barriers that, you felt that you had to break through?
Yes, yes, yes. I remember it. It was when I came. I used to live in the States, and we moved from the States to UK. And before I start and I become a full time entrepreneur, I was a nurse. And I remember, gosh, I think it was 2010 or 2011, and I was studying hard to pass my nursing exam. And oh my God, that emotional heaviness to balance, because I was working. Uh, my daughter was in the nursery, and you have that heaviness, and you feel like you cannot do it, and just you are in the edge of breaking. You are in the edge of giving up. And what helped me is to gather my thoughts, and writing down what I want and why I want it, and hold on to that, and knowing my daughter deserved better, knowing I deserve better, and this is the step what I have to do to able to accomplish that, to able to step in to the path what can bring me that freedom from my emotional heaviness and from my mental state. And it's not easy. It's not easy, but you have to feel it. You have to feel the pain. You have to feel the struggle. You have to feel the fear, and you're just gonna walk through it, and you're just gonna step out of it, and that helped me. If I be honest, nobody is gonna come and save you. Nobody's gonna do it for you. Nobody is gonna have a magic wand and take away everything, and everything is gonna be nice and rosy. We as professionals, practitioners, we are just helping you. We are just guiding you to give you the remembrance what you already have, to remember how to get to that path. But the steps, it has to be done by you. We're just holding your hands to go through it. And yeah, this is my little story.
So when you were writing that down, and like you said, your daughter deserved more and better, and so did you. Is that when you decided to like leave nursing and go into entrepreneur, or was there something else?
That was the decision of I have to pass the exam first.
Oh, okay, okay, pass the exams first. But yeah, I mean, because that's a lot of hard work, and I know a lot of
Yes,
nurses, they
yes,
suffer
yes,
from burnout because it's long hours and it's hard, and I can only imagine trying to do that and juggle a family
yeah.
at the same time. So, yeah, and I know so did you have someone help guiding you, I mean, at that time, or was this just something you kind of figured out and did on your own?
I just figured it out and I did on my own. I had my coach and my mentors later. I always had somebody to look up. My mom, I always were they my best friend, and she always, helped me. I had a good friend who I can always lean on, and cry on the shoulder. Um, and later on, as I developed and I stepped into the entrepreneurship, everybody has to have a mentor, everybody has to have a coach. And yes, I did that, and now I still have it this day.
I was gonna say every coach I know has a coach, so it's like we're always learning, we're always evolving, and it's always good to have that support system around you to do that. So now you
And do
have
you have a coach?
I have had several coaches. I don't at the moment, but I have had several coaches. But I do have a great support system, like the ladies
Yes,
from Diamond Beauties and everything else. Yeah, when you have your tribe and your support system, that changes a lot too. That means the world.
yes,
Yeah. So
yes.
you're
You do have to have a support system. Yes,
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you've got plenty of people telling you, "What are you doing?" or "Are you making money at that?" And you got plenty of people that just don't understand or get what we do. So,
yes, yes.
especially when you're an entrepreneur, right? Yeah.
I do feel that. Yes.
And you said UK, but you're actually now in Scotland also.
Yes, we moved again. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
This is the final move. We relocated to a beautiful city. This is a very, very peaceful, beautiful, 5 minutes away from the North Sea, spending tremendous time in nature, which I love. And that is already, an uplifting um, emotional state, which I love. I love every day. Every day, it's beautiful.
Yeah. But your event you had was, I think, in the UK. So you still travel and hold events, plus you also work with clients across the globe.
Yes,
Right.
yes. We had a beautiful 4 day event at the Mind Body Festival in London. It was beautiful, and I met our Diamond Beauty friend Natalie. She had her book signing there. It was amazing. Yes.
Yeah. So it's always amazing to connect over Zoom and to be able to talk to other people in other countries, but it's a whole nother level when you can meet them in person as well. So
Especially if you sing together, especially if you're frequenting and you are really really yeah, I love her to bits. It was a great connection. It was a great connection. The friendship gets stronger and stronger. Well, Sanat is doing amazing things, and I wouldn't think less. The community is very active. Everybody's lovely,
yeah.
and this is how we connected as well, Laura. This
Oh
is how.
yes. Yeah. Like I said, community and support is everything. But you actually have a 21-day inner transformation journal
Yes.
that's made an impact on many. So, what prompted you to create that resource, and what key insights can participants expect to gain from it?
Thank you. Thank you. That's again a wonderful question. The 21-day journal, it is a true transformational journal where it takes 21 days to create a paradigm shift. Um, all the habits, what we are inherited through our parents or our culture or we think it's ours and those not really serving us anymore. um, you have to somehow get rid of them, but you cannot get rid of something without putting something and replace it. And what you have to do is for 21 days, it is day by day guidance for you to create new habits, new habits for yourself, and get rid of the old ones. And as you do that every day, and it's a repetition every day, then you will finally get the transformation and you will get that paradigm shift.
Yeah, I know there's been a lot of theories about how long it takes. Some people have a longer time, but it does take a certain amount of time. And I like that it's consistent. It's something every day that you have to do. Because if you've got bad wiring, you got to rewire yourself, right? Or reprogram.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we always use terms like garbage in, garbage out. So, when you can, it's a computer thing, but if you feed the right information in, then you can do a whole lot more. Yeah.
Yes, you have to do it consistently. That's right. If you stop, then you have to start it from the beginning. This is how it works.
Oh, do you start? Oh, so in other words, if you miss a day, you start from the beginning.
Yes, you have to start. You have to have 21 day. Yes.
Yeah, I've heard of a 90-day challenge actually that was written kind of quite the same, where you write in it every day, and if you miss one, you start back over at day one. I used to get to 2 weeks, and I was like, I'm starting over. I was just like, Okay, I'm starting over. The longest I made it was 14 days because something would happen. I used to, and what are your thoughts on this when you journal? Because I used to learn that if you journal, if you write it down at night, and that's kind of like the last things you do, then that's what your subconscious works on. So I would
Yes.
do that. However, if you have a very long and exhausting day and you just pass out and you don't think about, then the next morning you wake up, it's like, oh, I missed a day. And it's like, I'm starting over. Do you
That
have
is
do you have
that
any
is
tips
true.
for people?
I'm sorry, I couldn't catch that.
Do you have any tips for people as to what you would suggest that they do?
Oh yes, that's definitely from the beginning of the day, or from
When
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 you.
when when would you suggest as writing it down, or do you have maybe a little trick that they can use so they don't miss a day, other than just flat out making the time and sitting down and doing it? But
Well, I ask Siri to make you a reminder. Set a reminder on your phone. You have to do it. Uh, yeah, don't skip a day. If you do, then you have to start from the beginning. But I do recommend to write down, definitely, uh, before you go to bed, because all of the things what you're writing down, then your subconscious is starting to bring all of those answers, and they are um, all of it's like we can we can call it the magic box. So it's like you are creating a suggestion, and then you're writing it down, and then all of the information will actually um, appear from the subconscious, and in the morning you will have, conscious thoughts about all of the things what you have written down at the evening. Yes.
yes, and we are saying write it down. Don't type it in your phone. That doesn't count.
Yeah, it
Texting
is.
it and typing it in your phone does not count. It takes actual physical paper and pen and writing.
Yeah, it has a certain, again, a different activation when you have your little pen and paper and you're writing it down. Um, it does have a little magic. Your brain, your left and right brain, start to activate all of that information what you're creating with your hands. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I know we have a lot more to discuss because I know we have a lot of people that have mental blocks and stuff, and maybe they don't even realize that it's a mental block. So when we come back, if you could help tell us some of the common mental blocks that prevent individuals from reaching their full potential, would be wonderful. But we're going to take a quick break from our sponsors, and we will be right back.
Thank you.
Relief for PTSD, anxiety, pain, insomnia, and many other ailments. Introducing Vibe, the world's only pocket PEMF device. You place in your pocket while cooking, cleaning, relaxing, watching TV, sitting at your computer, reading, or walking. Self-contained standalone device. No drugs. No other phone or Bluetooth connections required. No monthly subscription fees. No apps to download. No Bozone. The future of medicine is in the frequencies. Come join the revolution.
Hi, I'm Bobby Aldridge with BAM Metrics. There are so many programs out there that measure your swing speed, sets, reps, your BMI, your body fat, but the one thing they're not measuring that's so essential is mobility. Mobility is the key. If you're measuring your mobility, your performance will get better and you will reduce your pain. I created BAM Metrics to make it easy for people to repeat the exercises so they could do it properly at home on their own. It's simple, it's easy to do, and from a senior to a pro athlete.
So, Coach Eve, you have worked with a number of people and you may have had some of them yourself, but what are some of the common mental blocks that you see people suffering from?
Thank you, Laura. The most common mental blocks, I would say it is unworthiness, fear of being seen, and perfectionism. I think these are the most, it will always, I somehow, some reason I always have, and this is very common. It is the unworthiness is a deep rooted belief that they don't deserve success or love, a fear of being seen. They are just have the fear of visibility, or they feel somehow, some way vulnerable. Um, how they can the blocks are like, you can call them like fogs, and they are, the moment you name them and you give them a name, and you um, allow that name to fade away from you while you are calling them names, and you allowing to overcome your fears or these mental blocks, you reclaim your power. And I think everybody should do the same, or have this practical tool where they are, let's say, oh, I am not worthy enough. Give a name, but the name has to be something uh, which resonates, some sort of security, some sort of joy for you, so you can have power over that feeling. And then just somehow release it. There's so many ways to release. You can write it down. You can have hypnotherapy techniques where you can swish it away. It is a swish technique. You can have the sling jang where you can just, or put it. There are different techniques. Or you can just write it down, rip it, burn it. It's so many ways to physically see it disappearing. And then while you detached from these feelings, you claim your power back.
Yeah, and I recently had a conversation with someone that was telling me kind of some of those things, like when you're, feeling blocked, or even if it's emotional stuff has just been piling in and you haven't been letting it out. That's one of the things she had suggested was writing it down, either rip it up or, crumple it up, toss it somewhere and set it on fire and just take that, just because it has to come out, right? You have to get that out and just kind of release it. And it sounds maybe silly to some and simple, but it's actually very effective and works. I don't know if we have the right words to exactly explain why it works, but it's just
It
uh,
works. It works. It works. Be careful. Don't set the roof on fire. Because
yeah,
I've seen the
yeah.
sound.
Be in a safe
The
environment. We're not
roof.
encouraging anyone to burn down their house,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Do it in a somehow safe place, and yeah.
yeah.
Be aware of your surroundings.
And really, it kind of lifts a whole weight off of you, right?
Yes,
And
it does.
then when that
Frees
weight
you.
lifts, you can think clearer, function.
It completely frees, gives space, frees you up. You can breathe. It's like something heavy left your chest. Yeah, I recommend it to try it with your therapist or coach or a practitioner. It is a good way of practicing letting go. Yes.
Yeah. How would you say your background has influenced your approach to like coaching or even the development of the Transformation Journal or your Open Hand Institute?
Well, that will be a question for probably the next episode. But I
Okay.
will I will I will summary it down. I always had um, this type of attitude when I was a kid. I remember um, everybody in kindergarten, they are just lining up, and they, I have a middle name. My middle name is Andrea, and they call me Andy. And hey, Andy, can you help me with this, with that? And they were just like, forming a line, even at kindergarten. And even in the playground, I came up with the craziest games, and we improvised to make it fun, or even more engaging. And I always had a circle surrounding at the playground, and they were waiting like, okay, what are the next ideas were popping out from my brilliant mind.
Right.
And why the name? That is a little bit more deep, but open hands, it is there to give the chance for everyone. But it is a more longer story to it. But I will definitely say that to the next episode.
Okay. Fair enough. So obviously you've had a natural ability for all of this for quite some time.
Yes, yes, it is natural for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I've been
Well, and it's great
gifted.
that you were able to recognize it and harness it and then, do something of your own with it.
Yeah, I'm finishing up my book, 22 Years of Silence. I break free. I choose freedom, and I have a chapter exactly talking about knowing my gift was unfolding at a very young age. So, yes.
Nice. That's incredible. I love when I meet people that do that because, it took me to what, 50 something to to figure it out. Otherwise, I was always doing what I was, thought I was supposed to be doing. But yeah, it's definitely a difference when you can come into your own. But you also advocate for activating one's divine blueprint. What does that
Oh,
mean to
yes.
you?
Yes, yes, yes. The divine blueprint is the I would say the title was given to me by Sanat, and Sanat is always um, have the ability to see your um, gift, what you actually have, your true gift, the gift which is still unfolding. And one of my gift is to activate the divine blueprint. And how do you do that? Is um, very easy. Uh, through through my journey of spirituality, and through the journey of uh, uh, get closer and connected on a stronger level with God. I call it God, universe, divine, higher self. Everybody uh, experience a different name for this frequency, energy. You can call it anywhere you like it. And when you are constantly connecting, and you allowing that personal relationship, uh, and you have the ability to activate, somehow it's like a switch to activate it in others as well. Everybody has it. It is just a choice of you wanting to activate it, or you want it to just live your life in a different energy level, or a different frequency vibration level. It is the highest vibration you can have. And I will uh, say this: if you want to have your life fulfilled here on earth, then you have to find out how you can activate your divine blueprint.
How would you suggest they start that process?
Well, they have to call me, and then we can figure that out.
Gotcha. Yeah, it always helps from someone that's been through it or can do it. So, and like you said, everybody's got different approaches, different names, but
Yes.
yeah, definitely. I know it's all about the vibration and frequency. It's definitely a much higher vibration.
We are our we are a living well, every we have our own energetic field we are living in our own body. I mean, you know this.
Hmm.
Our cells is fragmenting on 72 megahertz per second, so therefore they are alive and they are creating your energetic field, and you have to be connected to something. You cannot just the existence is, it has to communicate with something.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Coach Eve, as a leader in personal development, what self care practices do you implement to ensure that you're also nurturing your own growth? Because so many times we get busy working and helping others, but you and I both know in the self care space, you've got to take care of yourself. So, what practices do you implement?
Well, I definitely I'm using my technology to remind me I need my me time. You have to set a time in your calendar, if you can't, daily, if not, then at least 3 times a week, when you spend time with yourself. That doesn't mean with your friends, that doesn't mean with your hobby or with your daughter or with your dog. That means you have to put aside 10 minutes, 5 minutes, an hour if you can, just to be with yourself. That is a must. Every day, when I start my day, I wake up, I pray, I meditate, and then I'm doing my mirror talk. And how I do that, I'm looking into the mirror, and then I am claiming every single thing what I need to do. I'm preparing myself, and then I'm looking in the mirror, and I was like, now you go get my money.
I've heard different people, some people do that, talk to themselves. Some people have sticky notes or they have things written on their mirrors and all kinds of things. Different things work for different people,
Yeah,
right?
you can do vision boards, you can do whatever make mind mapping, whatever suits you, whatever resonate with you. You can. There are many modalities what you can implement, and then I love aqua aerobic. I go at least 3 times a week. I love that. Again, that's not me time because you're spending time with somebody else.
It's a little bit different, but yes.
Yeah, and believe it or not, I still have time for my clients, for my business. I still cook every day. I do cook. I do cook every day, believe it or not. Yes, I love that. I'm old school. And we still spend time with hobby. And at night, before I go to bed, I do implement all of that, what I said before. I'm writing down my thoughts. I'm writing down all of the things, my desires, and then I will go to sleep like that.
Nice. So I'm sure out of those, even if you got really busy or you couldn't, I'm sure there's a couple of them that are non-negotiable, and you make sure they get done.
Oh, definitely, definitely. That is the aqua aerobics. I love to do that.
I used to do that too quite a bit. Yeah. So when we're talking about breaking barriers, and so when you're talking about someone, how would someone go about, maybe if how would they even recognize maybe that they even have an emotional or a mental block or a barrier? Because sometimes, like I said, we get going and we don't realize that there is something there that's keeping us back. Are there signs or stuff that people can like be aware of?
Well, yeah, you're gonna be full of anxiety. You, if gonna be uh, grumpy. You're gonna be probably not able to sleep. Um, all of these things will pile up, will pile up on you, and you can hide it for months, for years, and then you're just gonna break, or everything is just gonna overflow, and then it will be too late to realize. I would say before you get to that point, or before you feel, um, that load is getting way heavier, or the things or life is getting out of control, seek professional help. Go and try to talk to somebody who is professional in the field. um, Even if he's just a friend, sometimes it's good to load off, but don't delay it, because yeah, it could have many health implications.
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of people will hit stress, burnout, or they get frustrated. From what I've seen, and sometimes it takes talking to other people, right, or having that community where people know you good enough to be honest with you, honest with you, because it doesn't help you if someone's just going to sit there and say, "Oh yeah, you're doing great," not say, "Well, did you think about this?" But when you have all of that support to maybe help recognize, because I know it took me a lot of times, a lot of different interactions, and didn't realize, for one, ex-perfectionist here. I told people, I said, I am perfectly imperfect now, and I am good with that. But I didn't realize all the perfectionism and stuff that I was trying to do, and where it came from or how it stemmed from. But when you got to talk to somebody that's been through that or understands, then it kind of helps to have someone to walk through. And then it's just like, okay, that's not my story, and I can rewrite my own story. Right.
Mm.
So
Yes, I agree. Yes.
sorry, Dean, caught you at a bad time. But I mean, yeah, and maybe I don't know if you've experienced that, or maybe you can share an experience that you've had with one of your clients.
Um, I had this amazing girl. She was very young at her age, and she was a new mom, and she didn't know how to stand up for herself. Uh, Very stressful with the new baby, and just over over with everything. And when I approached her, she said, um, I have no idea how much she needed that, how much she needed the support and the comfort what I gave her, to allow herself to express her emotions, her feelings. And we had 3 sessions. She got a package, and after the sessions, she said, um, I can read it because I really would like to have her words uh, exactly. Just a second.
Yeah, that's always good when you get that back from them or something, and you've made a difference for someone.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna say her name.
Oh no,
You can go on the page and you can read what she said. Um, oh yeah, here we go. And she was very, and she had serious anxiety, severe anxiety, and she said, this is her own words. Um, Before we began, I had all sorts of questions. How would I explain my problem? Would she understand what I was going through? Um, would she able to help me? And to my joy and surprise, I have also found that I became braver expressing positive emotions, such as my feelings of love, gratitude, and wonder about the world. All in all, I found Eve to be positive, refreshing, encouraging, friendly, and relaxed, which allowed me the space to be myself. I felt that she was authoritative in a way that commanded the trust. She wasn't forceful like some professionals. I have encountered. The fact that she approved of my attitude, supported me to keep me going to the right direction. I feel eternally grateful to Eve, and I feel that our hypnotherapy session was a landmark moment in my journey of life. That's what I was looking for, the landmark moment in the journey of my life. Yes,
Nice. So you do hypnotherapy as well?
yes, I do. Yes.
Yeah. So when you work with clients, you have a number of different modalities. It just depends on what they
Oh
need.
yes, yes, yes. Plan. I have plenty in my basket.
Yeah, yes, that's always good. That's always good to have.
Yes.
But
And you never know. You never know what are the techniques and what are the things. Or they always say like, oh, what kind of script you're gonna use. You never know because the client uh, and the relationship will unfold after you have a session, after you talk to the person. And while you doing the therapy, sometimes you have to use different techniques, different modalities, because you never know how the conversation, or even if they are into that relaxing state of hypnosis. I do conscious hypnosis, so they're all aware of space and time. It's
mhm.
not like, here we go, you're going to sleep. And you,
It's like a lot of things.
you,
It's got a
you
bad rap.
I have to like, hey, wake up. The
Yeah,
session is over. So it is all tailored to their personal needs. And you only find out on the session what are the things what they need to know. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, hypnosis is like a lot of things. It's got a bad rap and of what everybody's got this other perception of it. And it's like, no, you're not going to be clucking like a chicken and, doing everything else that everybody has this
Yeah.
image in their head with when it comes to that.
Yeah. And I always been, asked like, oh my God, how do you believe in God, and how, you're able to do hypnosis? Well, how psychotherapists or how doctors are working, they are working with science, no?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. So I always, just,
I
uh,
think you and I are very similar because, to us, there's no judgment, right?
yeah, like I don't even know how to, like, yeah, don't worry. I don't think God will love me less, or Jesus will love me less because I'm helping people.
So, Coach Eve, if you could offer one piece of advice to someone feeling stuck in their journey, what would it be and why?
Oh, yes. If you're feeling stuck in your journey, um, the advice I would give you is dial the hotline and get connected with coaching.
Absolutely, they can call Coach Eve. Yeah, and like you've said before, community, right? Have a
First of
supportive
all,
community.
realization. You have to realize where are you. You have to be aware you are stuck. You have to know, and you have to find out why you are, and then you have to find out how you can get unstuck. Simple
Right.
and easy.
That is true, and
But
sometimes,
the first step is you have to the recognition. Sometimes, in every single thing, even if you're sick or you have some health problems or health issues, or problems with your relationship, with your marriage, with your friend, with your daughter, with it doesn't matter uh, what kind of area in your life. You have to first recognize that this is the problem what I have, and then you can work on it, because you're gonna figure out why you have the problem. It will take you to the root of the problem, and then you will figure it out how you can, you know, be unstuck.
yeah, absolutely. And as we were saying before, community and having the right people around you can also help with that as well.
Oh yes, yes. Without the community, and without some sort of circle, you have to um, put yourself into. Uh, to get your support, our accountability, to check on you, to see like, hey, are you okay? That phone call.
Yeah. Phone calls, Zoom calls, connects, whatever way. Now you
Yeah.
have a YouTube channel also. Would you like to tell everybody about the YouTube channel?
Oh, yes, yes, yes. The podcast, Open Minds to Open Hands podcast. The YouTube channel is growing every day. I'm helping entrepreneurs, coaches, business owners to have a spotlight, to share the story of success. And when they come to the platform, we are giving them that space, the visibility, and they're able to promote their brand, their courses, their books, and we just have a chat and have a cup of coffee, and very, very comfortable. It is raw, authentic, and uncut. I do everything live, and the way it goes, the way it flows.
That is true, and I had the pleasure of being on there, and I have to commend you for doing it live.
Yeah,
That's a lot of stress, making sure
yeah.
everything comes out.
A lot of things. Look, we have a huge storm here in Scotland, and I was like, I don't know if I'm able to, have the connection. And look at this, the connection is still on. But if you would have, been having this in a different way or a different format, and if you would be on my podcast, then who knows, raw, authentic, and uncut, maybe would be the storm will strike.
Yeah. Oh, and you definitely want to check out her YouTube channel. I had the
Thank
pleasure
you.
of being on there as well. But yeah, check it out because she has a lot of other great guests and coaches and entrepreneurs on there as well. But
Thank
we
you.
have about 3 minutes left, Coach Eve. What do you want to leave everybody with today?
Oh, thank you. Wow, wow, wow. Um, don't be that person who will hold in your emotions. Don't be the person who will just, wait to the last moment. Your voice can change lives. Your experience uh, of breaking the barriers can really give hope to someone. So be that person. Have your voice heard. That's what I would say. Yes.
Very, very well said too. Yeah. Our voices are powerful, and that's why I love doing this, having people like come out, because we have all been through something one time or another, and you don't have to go it alone. There's someone out there that can relate to what you're going through.
Yes, 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 indeed. Yes.
Yeah. Well, Coach Eve, I want to thank you so much for joining us today and sharing all of that. I love what you're doing. So
Thank you. Thank you. It was a pleasure to be on your platform. See you next time. Thank you.
absolutely. Everybody, you have a wonderful Monday, and we will see you all next week. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.